So last night I watched the Justice League Snyder Cut, and I don't know why they did away with the Solomon Grundy and Clayface romance in the movie. Like the theatrical version, like why'd they cut that out? Because like Clayface could turn into some sexy ladies.
Yeah.
And Solomon Grundy
was born on a Monday. Just came on a Tuesday.
He came on a Tuesday. Ho ho! Maybe a little on Wednesday. So that was exciting. That was the highlight of my year so far. How about you?
I haven't had a highlight yet.
I had a lot of low lights.
It's been pretty dim.
Yeah, lots of stuff on fire. And that's about it. A lot of people getting yelled at in the media. That's cool. President, he's in trouble still, I guess, for the time being. And weed's still illegal in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Kind of.
If we can somehow survive the Trump thing, it'd be a miracle. Especially like if he gets another 4 years.
Ooh. That doesn't even sound good. Like another 4 years of just everybody being mad. I don't think I could take it. Like everybody just being a jerk. Because no matter what side you're on, you're a big jerk.
Yeah. It's bad.
Like when I see somebody with a red hat walking down the street, I want to punch them. And I'm like, wait a minute. That's a Nike hat. Like,
there's been multiple stories of people like just wearing red hats getting like punched or getting into like fights with people.
Like, come on, man, it's a Boston Red Sox hat. Yeah. Sorry. Or wait, no, sorry. More punches. Yeah, whatever happened to just beating the shit out of people over sports disputes? You like the Yankees uppercut.
The good old days.
Yeah, the good old days. Oh, everybody got stupid fucking hats. And the hats are made in China. I don't understand that. Like you have the whole trade war, and you're trying to put tariffs on China and make imports all expensive and shit. But then your fucking hats come from China. Wouldn't that make them more expensive?
And just the make America great again, but made in China.
Yeah.
Instead of make America great again by buying an American product, at least, a cheaply made hat.
A fucking shitty $40 hat. I've been seeing Trumpy Bear on Comedy Central, and that's equally as weird, because I can't tell if that's satire, but people are buying those seriously.
That seems like, remember whenever South Park used to do in the early seasons when they would have like weird commercials at but like at the end of that kind of seems like what that would be. Almost.
Alabama man. Yeah, one of those fake commercials. Hey, quick shout out to all our new listeners in Canada. We picked up a shit ton.
Oh yeah?
We got like 36 people from just like Ontario alone, I think.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. We got one guy in Manitoba, or lady. So whoever you are in Manitoba listening, special shout out to you. I wish I had your name. I hope it's a cool name.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be good though if we ever get around to going to like what's that bit, like the Fan Expo or whatever that big con is in like...
That's Toronto, isn't it?
Toronto? I don't know.
We have no listeners from Toronto.
But I mean, they might travel.
No, they don't like us.
Oh. So they're hate liking us? Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Well, they can't because they're Canadian. They can't do that.
I don't think they're allowed, yeah.
It's against their DNA setup.
Yeah. Hey there, you're listening to the Drunken Pen Writing Podcast. I'm your host, Caleb James. With me today, what's your name? Spencer, the Gotham Gooey Goon Church. You're a gooey goon. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means, but I like it. And you're from Gotham.
Yeah.
So you're a punk. You're a skeezy lowlife.
At one point in time, I probably got punched by Batman.
Who hasn't been punched by Batman or somebody dressed as Batman? It's a common occurrence, especially if you lived in Gotham. Like, there's not too many. Well, I guess you're getting punched. Your chance of getting punched by anybody in Gotham is probably pretty high.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, this is a weird beer.
Yeah, what's it taste like?
Voodoo Ranger Special Release Atomic Pumpkin, but it's spicy pumpkin. It's pumpkin with habanero.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a beer form. It doesn't really taste spicy. I don't know, but it does kind of burn. You want to sip? Ooh, she's sipping it.
Uh-oh.
Sipping it, folks.
Uh-oh.
First time.
Yeah. It's like pumpkin spice is what it is.
There you go. Something she approves of. I like the hip cat on... Or that's a dog I get. No. Skull. Skull Man.
Oh, yeah.
Man
Was it,
skull.
don't they always normally have pretty cool logo designs?
I guess. It's New Belgium. They have pretty neat logos and stuff. Ah, fucking A, man. So, words. We write them. We talk about them. We make up stories. Or do we?
Not recently, no.
I've finally been getting the urge to write again, but I haven't put pen to paper yet. I haven't felt like doing it. Like I said, this last month has sucked ass, and then this whole year's just... This whole month of January. Weather's poopy. Everybody's mean to me. I get beat with belts at work. I have to go through a Ninja Warrior gauntlet just to go from my fucking vehicle inside of the building.
That's just to get to the time clock to punch in. What do they do to you? What they do to you when you're on the clock?
Oh, goodness gracious! Get just a solid, hefty boot to the gonads.
Steel toe.
Yeah, steel toe, man. You know what? I watched over the weekend the first episode of Watchmen.
Yeah, and
I liked the beginning of it, and then I don't remember. I don't think I was drinking, but it was late at night, so I just kind of like spaced out for a minute, and I just didn't pay attention to anything that was happening. It's just like Regina King fucking people up or something.
Yeah,
I had no idea what was going on, and I just kind of got really bored.
Well, I mean that's almost kind of like the show. Like I don't really understand what exactly everything going on right now. But it's kind of cool. It seems kind of cool, at least.
Yeah. Yeah, like the whole Tulsa thing at the beginning was pretty cool. My sister's telling me I gotta watch The Witcher. But she says until, like, episode 4, you have no idea, like, the order of things. Like, the whole thing's not chronological.
Yeah.
It's not in a linear fashion. That. It's just all over the place. And I feel like I'm not in the right mind state to watch something like that. I just want to be, like, mindless and just be entertained.
Now, do you find now, since, like, when it comes to, like, that kind of stuff, when you watch, like, a movie or a show, the way they kind of tell a story, like how you were saying, like, in The Witcher, like, they mess around with, like, the order of things happen. Or you're like, oh, that's kind of a cool idea. Or that's fucking, you're just being too cute. Just tell the goddamn story. Like, you know what I mean?
It's definitely something I notice more.
Because, like, that's a very tight rope. Because, like, especially, like, in comics, you see that a lot. Like, people will try to be, like, you know, like I said, kind of cute with the way they kind of tell the story or do different things and stuff. And it's like, yeah, sometimes when that works, it's really good. A lot of times, not really. And what you should probably really do is just focus on telling the goddamn story.
Well, the best version of that I think I've seen was Pulp Fiction. Of telling a story, you know, not in any kind of order, and yet you never get confused. Because even the first time I watched it, I was never confused as to what was happening. Because, I don't know, even though it was out of order, he still did the order in a way that you knew, like, the time period, kind of. Versus, I guess, like, The Witcher. Then... Also, just the style of storytelling that is. It's supposed to be like, you know, Game of Thrones kind of deal. Some of those storylines are hard to follow as is with all the fancy names, like the fantasy names, and especially if you never played the games or read the books, then you're kind of trying to figure out the universe. Like, is there magic or what the powers are or the political schemes that go on? Like, you're trying to figure out all this shit, and then you're gonna throw in weird time skips too. Yeah. That can be kind of difficult.
I was wondering about how maybe eventually checking out like the first book in the series.
See, that's another problem with me getting in a show like that. I almost had that problem with The Expanse too. I would kind of just want to read the books first, and then I almost feel like if I read the books though, I might not even want to watch the shows because there's more books than show. Like The Expanse has like 9 or 10 books.
Yeah. Well, maybe what would work with The Expanse though, like, is being able to actually see the things that they, you know, like these big ships and stuff like that, to where, like, yeah, you know, if they do a good enough job, you can see it in your head while you're reading it, but they also see it on a screen, like, completely, you know, different. Yeah, that's probably a little cooler than, say, a Game of Thrones, where, other than, like, the dragons, I mean, Game of Thrones, it's just, you know, sword fighting and shit. Yeah. Like, the way you read it is pretty much how it would come up on, like, you're not going to get any real surprise. No. Like seeing the film version or TV version.
But if you same with Lord of the Rings had more cool shit like
Yeah.
with the Eye of Sauron
And like walking trees and shit.
yeah. So you have your fucking thing's going limp.
Yeah, dude, it just fucking
Keeps just like it's
it literally just dropped for no reason. Like
Spencer's. You need to wrap it around like mine is.
how
That horrible sound you hear is Spencer's pop filter just.
Not
It
doing
just completely
anything.
went flaccid. He's got a real serious case of ET. That was you wrapped it around like a snake.
I don't know why you did it. I couldn't tell. I still don't think this is right. I don't know. Do I sound okay?
I guess it looks awful, but as long as it works.
Yeah, right. As long as it works.
Actually, somehow you're louder.
Yeah, there
Maybe
you
that was the way to do it. I can't wait till we get better mics. I hate these fucking things. These were bought on the cheap. Feel bad for anybody listening to this episode. I'm sorry.
If you haven't discerned by now, this is a DBS episode, guys. So
It's not just drinking and bullshitting, man.
end of the month.
End of the month, yeah.
That's what we should do. End of the month. Every episode at the end of the month should just be a fuck episode.
Yeah. Fuck it. Chug it. Hug it. Hey, how about we talk about something slightly worthwhile since I guess we're in the heart of winter, but we're eyeing the light at the very end of the tunnel. Like, it's almost there, March. What should we maybe start doing here? Besides just the podcast and stuff. I mean,
Get back to work.
writing-wise, con or press gig-wise, project-wise. Like, what should we do?
Well, we gotta get the fucking book fucking finished. That's number one priority. We gotta quit dragging our asses. It's like almost, what, like 4 months after our original...
Yeah, we're
goal.
probably gonna end up putting like another fall, like Halloween. We'll probably be around Halloween again before it's done the way it's going. All I gotta do is finish the one story on there and then just some editing, but we gotta figure out like all the formatting and
that
fucking
kind of
shit.
stuff, because that's probably gonna take a while to...
Which literally is no excuse for me not having that part done because I haven't been doing shit. Just haven't felt like it. Ashley, he's kind of in the same deal. He just hasn't been feeling like doing shit lately. I don't know about you, but I just don't want to write.
Nope. I was able to put almost 500 or 600 words onto that one story sporadically during 1 week, and then that just stopped.
You know what the problem is, too? I haven't been excited about anything. Like, writing-wise. Because usually I get a story idea. I'm like, ooh, I get a bug up my ass. I'm like, yeah, I want to get to that. Get all, twinkly toes and
jazz
fluttery and jazz hands. Yeah, I get all excited. Any story ideas I have come up with, I'm just like, hey, Spencer, you know, it'd be a cool story idea. Maybe you should write it. Like, I don't want to put any effort. And it's literally not a creativity thing. It's just an effort thing. I just haven't feel it. Like, with my day job, I just haven't felt like doing more work when I get home.
Like I have a hard enough time bathing and eating before going to bed.
Yeah, I need more vitamin D, man. The fucking sun needs to come out sometime. It's poopy. Yeah, any drive of putting together videos or anything too, or figuring out videos for the podcast, I haven't even wanted to attempt. Even the fucking Instagram, I haven't felt like keeping up with. Like, just the DPW Instagram, just, here's a cool picture of something writing. I just haven't felt like it. But at the same time, at least I know I'm not alone, because I've been seeing, online, a lot of people were in the same boat, this time of year. Except for, the fucking people who live on the different side of the equator, where it's, summertime there. They're all happy and dancing.
Well, you figure, it's almost kind of this is this, if you want to make a good excuse, this is the time of the year where where you take in creativity.
Yeah.
And then once the weather gets better, that's where you put out creativity. You make creativity during the nice time of weather because nobody's going to be reading or doing it then. And then when it goes to be shitty again, that's when people will consume the stuff that you made, and you can consume other people's stuff.
Ooh, nasty.
It's an orgy of creativity.
I like that. An orgy of thoughts and ideas. Yeah, come summertime, though, we're usually fucking humming.
Yeah.
Springtime, we get back into it. Because we did this last winter, too, but not as hard, I don't think. But, again, it's only end of January.
Well, I don't know about you, but, on my days off, I try to, normally, I'll set my alarm clock for, 7. And then, like, I might, like, when it goes off, I might, like, lay in bed for, like, another 10 or 15 minutes or something, like, you know, and then, you know, get up and get going. But, like, during this time of year, when it goes off at 7, it's still, like, dark out. And so, like, I can't get up until, you know, until there's some sun, it seems like. Because even during the summertime, I might not be sleeping as well, but, like, if the sun's out by, like, 6, like, I'm still just like, you know what, I'm just gonna get up and, like... I might not even do that much, but like I'll get like my 2 hours of laying around and not doing anything done in that, you know, that time, and then be able to get some writing or something done, you know.
Well, here's my problem. Similar to your problem. I work at 8 every day, Monday through Friday. So at minimum, I would like to be up at 7, but usually I fucking just stay in bed till like 20 after, until like the last possible minute that I can shower, eat some kind of breakfast. But it's dark when I wake up. It's fucking still kind of dark when I go to work. And then when I get home, I leave before it's getting dark again. So it's just dark. Like my whole free time in life is dark. And I just don't want to do anything because dark makes me tired. And it sucks. And I hate it. And I get home and like, oh, it's dark. I just want to relax. I want to sleep.
Good thing we don't live in Alaska. Like, you know, we
get nothing done.
Nothing done.
Nothing. You need to live in like the time when it's like light for 6 months or something.
Yeah. Move up there during that time. Get ready to like 3 novels.
Never sleep. I've been thinking of different things that might excite me to get to writing. Because even on the weekends and when I'm off, all I want to do is just sleep till 4 o'clock. Like I just don't. I just want to sleep the whole day away. I mean, I'll sleep till 4. I sleep till like noon, but that's still way too late.
Or like, do you even find sometimes you're not even like actually sleeping? You're just laying in bed. And you're like kind of awake, but your eyes are closed. Even if open, you're just laying there.
There's times where like I'm really uncomfortable because I've been in bed too long on a Saturday morning, and I'm like, that's probably a sign I should get up because I'm like getting cramps in my back now, and I just don't. I just like power through it. Like, nope, I'm gonna be light. Like I'm actively, physically fighting.
I'm relaxing.
But I was looking, and they had a lighthouse for sale.
Just because you watched the movie, Caleb.
Oh, what are the odds that I would see it was literally a historic lighthouse. You're not allowed to change the outside of the lighthouse. It's like the same one from the movie. And I'm like, it's for sale. I didn't say how much it was. And the whole inside was destroyed, so you'd have to fix it. And it doesn't have electricity or plumbing because it's a lighthouse in the fucking ocean. Yeah. But you know what? I'm okay with that. I feel like I get a lot of quality writing done if I was a lighthouse guy. Because what are your duties? Like, fix the fucking bulb when it burns out or turn it on and off and then just make sure nothing like breaks. That's pretty easy. I could do that. If somebody would pay me to be lighthouse guy, I'd live there, be lighthouse guy, and then write. I probably wouldn't write. I'd probably just like go mad.
I find like a very like kind of like shining like kind of story happening there. You start seeing shit in the water or something.
I just become Willem Dafoe.
And you only catch it like every so often when the light, you know, that second that the light shines.
The siren of the ocean, she calls to me.
Well, that could be pretty cool then, because each time the light goes around, it's closer and closer, you know?
Just a mermaid out there calling to me. And then you just see me naked swimming through the Atlantic, just trying to get this mermaid that's not there. I just drowned. It's still better ending than the lighthouse. Like, what happens to Robert Pattinson's awful. It's so bad. Well, I thought about either that or you talk about The Shining. Like, how awesome would it be to get a winter caretaker job in the mountains? That'd be perfect. You get so much writing done, right?
No, because you'd be too busy
murdering.
Yeah, murdering.
Well, we don't have kids though, so it'd be perfect for us, right?
Well, I mean, you do have a girlfriend.
Yeah, and if
I'm sure she doesn't want to be chased around with an axe.
I'd use the rope mallet. I wouldn't chase her with the axe. That's a little harsh. The mallet though, you just bash. I don't think that's the worst thing that I could do. It's either that or like I go Johnny Depp style cabin. What was that movie where he was in the cabin? I think he was
Secret Window.
Didn't he murder some guy or something? Apparently, if you're a secluded writer, you murder. Is that what I'm catching? Mm-hmm. What would your dream writing scenario if you can be a hermit writer somewhere?
Well, like if I just, like my spot?
Preferably one where somebody will pay you to be at and you can write. Like you get a job like lighthouse attendant, crab fisherman, something where you get some downtime and then you could get some writing done. and maybe a little murder.
Shit, I don't know, like...
Security guy.
Yeah.
Overnight security guy at a mental asylum.
Yeah.
That's one.
Because you definitely would have the stories then.
Yeah. Because it's got to be an interesting place. It can't be boring. You know, it'd be a good one. This one probably wouldn't make you mad, but you might have to fight bears. Is Jack Kerouac, Dharma Bums. He did in real life. He got a job as a mountain fire watch guy or something. So they just put him up in this fucking fancy hut thing on top of a mountain. No one around for like hundreds of miles, and his job was just to call in if he sees a fire. And he just stayed there for like, I think it was the summer or winter or some shit. And it's like, that'd be great. Yeah. You get so much writing done, nobody'd bother you. Like, some people would be driven mad from the seclusion, but me, I would cherish it. I would relish the silence. And then, 20 days in, you're like, what's that? The fucking birds, man, they're coming after me. I can hear earthworms.
Now, what's more likely? That, you know, within that time period, you would have like a full novel written, or just like the hugest, like the most stained, like semen rag ever, because you're just spending, because you're like, nobody's around, no, nobody's around, no.
My luck, I would accidentally set the biggest fire in North American history, and then I would have to call it in, and I would burn down the whole Northwest. So that's probably because I didn't take the fire training seriously.
Yeah.
Why'd they give me this job, and why'd they let me bring so much whiskey? Fuck. Ooh, another good job for doing some writing. Any cop who sits on a highway.
Yeah.
Because you don't actually have to pull people over. You could just ignore it.
Yeah.
Like, pull one guy over in the morning, fill your quota for the day, whatever you got to do, and then just sit there and just write in your fucking vehicle. That would be alright. Wouldn't be as dangerous. Unless you saw somebody breaking the law, then I guess you gotta...
You would have to stop. Wouldn't that suck? You're in the middle of something really juicy that you're writing, and somebody just fucking something dumb. No wonder there's so many fucking, like, police brutality. They're just all trying to work on their novels and they can't get anything done.
Fucking jerk. You just had to wreck into that guy right now, didn't you? You just had to be drunk driving today of all days. I don't know, man. There's not a lot of cool jobs out there where you can also be alone.
No.
Like, not have to work with people. Like lumberjack, you gotta deal with people. But I feel like lumberjacking, if you're living in the woods at night, you probably get some writing done.
Maybe.
But I feel like you're just spending all your time being merry and drinking ale.
Yeah. And then, you know, there's also, like, the death with that one.
There was a death with all of them.
But, I mean, like, that one's a little bit more higher. Lumberjacking? Yeah. Cutting down trees and shit.
Lumberjacking.
You never watch their shows on the History Channel?
I feel like Lighthouse Keeper would be dangerous. Because a storm comes.
Yeah.
And that's when you're most active because you really have to warn.
Anything, yeah.
So when a hurricane comes blowing through, you're just fucking, you know, in the top of a tower in the ocean. That doesn't sound cool. The Thing, when they're in Antarctica. If you could do without the Thing monster, that wouldn't be a bad gig.
Or, the people, like, the look at the stars, the,
observatory?
Yeah.
Astronomers?
Yeah, because, I mean, I think a lot of that is just, like, setting and waiting, you know what I mean? Like...
You know what would be perfect? In Antarctica, there's a post office, and it doesn't have electricity, water, or fucking anything, and it's just this little fucking stinky island full of dirty penguins. And other than cleaning up penguin shit and the occasional mail that doesn't come through very often, believe it or not, you're not doing anything. And you're stuck there for like 6 months at a time. That would be an alright gig. Like for writing.
For writing, but for life, terrible. Yeah, how much writing? You can't get writing done now when it's cold. Imagine being up there and then you just get done like shoveling frozen penguin shit.
To be fair, writing is not a good fucking job for your life.
No.
Like if you're going to be a social person, unless you're like a magazine writer or journalist or something, like a novelist, it's just a lot of, like, you're never going to be sitting there writing while your, like, significant other sitting there talking to you. That's never going to work. Like, hey, let's go out to dinner. Oh, let me just write while you talk. Like, that doesn't. You're gonna be alone. If you're like me, in a dirty basement, the dirt floor, and no windows.
No windows.
Lots of cobwebs and just one flickering candle. with a pentagram on the wall.
What's more eerie, the flickering candle or the swaying light bulb?
This is sway. Oh, if you had to pick one?
Yeah, like what one's more like kind of menacing or, might set a better...
Well, I think both are just caused by a poor foundation with cracks in it. And the wind gets through. That's all that is. I think the headless torso in the corner of Norman Bates' mother would be the most disturbing thing.
Yeah.
What would you be more disturbed by? Finding Norman Bates' mother in your basement or finding Norman Bates in your basement? Dressed as his mother.
Probably Norman Bates because, it'd be weird to just find, a dead body in your basement that you didn't put there. And it's going to be hard to convince people of that.
Yeah.
Listen, there was a body in my basement, but I didn't put it there.
Was not me. Now, I know my teeth marks are in its arm, but I was just checking to see if it was alive.
Yeah, how fresh it was.
It tasted good, but it was too jerky, salty. Yeah, don't chew on corpses, folks. I think my goal going into this springtime is to just start writing again.
Yeah.
Take away one thing from this stupid episode. It's that you need to keep writing. Because if you don't, then you might never go back again. No, I've actually been feeling anxiety because I haven't been writing. So at least that makes me feel like that's a kind of a good thing, though, because it means I'm supposed to be writing. Yeah. Because if I didn't feel any anxiety, I'm just I feel great. That's right. That means writing's probably not the job for me. If you don't want to, if writing makes you miserable and not writing makes you happy, that's a pretty obvious. Wouldn't that suck though if you were a genius writer and you hated writing? Imagine that one. That'd be like being a great football player, but you fucking hate football.
Or just working out.
Yeah. Yeah, but one of those dudes that are just naturally gigantic and has a six pack in the second grade, but you just hate working out and have no interest in building your physique. It's you're useless. You fucking suck. Or it's being Brad Pitt, but you're just not, you're asexual. No. That would be awful.
Yeah, because then it's just both. Because it's if he's gay, at least...
everybody's bothering you, but you don't want any of it.
Yeah, it's at least you're gay, at least somebody, somebody's enjoying you, but asexual, just nobody.
Well, everybody's enjoying you, but you don't enjoy anybody. Yeah. So you would just not want them. And it would be a pain in the ass because then everybody's just bothering you. Or you could have the inverse thing. You'd be a Gilbert Gottfried looking dude who wants to have sex all the time, but nobody would want to have sex with you. That's probably worse.
Yeah, it probably is. So you brought up press or cons. Have you thought of any places you want to try to go this year?
Manitoba.
Or how many we want to try to do?
Saskatchewan. Maybe Mexico City. No, I don't know. I don't really want to do Cleveland again. We were talking about doing Columbus again because that was a fun one, but we'd have to see who's going before we decide to do that one. Because they didn't really have a big celebrity at the last one. Usually they have multiple big celebrities. They only had, was it Zachary Levi at this one? Or was
no, that was Pittsburgh.
No, this was the Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing there.
Honky Tonk Man.
He was wearing jams with no underpants. This fucking hog was swinging around. That was weird. And they brought it up at the panel. I left shortly after that.
I'm sure you had to go to the bathroom.
I had to adjust myself, that's all. And had to calm myself.
Needed to center yourself.
Well, we talked about Philadelphia. There's cons in Virginia, New York. Just depends how much money we want to spend and how far we want to go. And I'm kind of tired of East Coast cons.
Yeah.
Kind of tired of cons in the U.S. altogether. But I feel if we go outside the U.S. at this particular time of in history, not many people would be stoked to see us, oh, where are you from? I'd be I'm Canadian.
No, yeah, that's definitely how it goes.
We're from fucking Winnipeg. That's where we're from. And they'd be oh, okay, that's cool. But people would be yeah, we're from the U.S. Man, fucking spitting that guy's food. Fucking U.S. And they're white. No, they...
So wait, if we do that, we're not going to walk around with just Make American Great hats over in Europe or any place over there?
Maybe Russia.
Oh yeah, we'd probably be cheered like heroes over there.
I don't think we're going to go to Russia because that seems like a place you'd get killed maybe. Actually, I think comes to dangerous countries, the U.S. is probably in the top 10 compared to, like, developed countries.
No, yeah.
I feel like we're probably more dangerous than most developed nations, even ones such as Russia with their mafia gangster guys and all that stuff. No, we'll end this episode on, what are you reading? What are you reading, man? Besides Conan, anything else?
Not really. Just my like weekly single issue comics that I get every week. I haven't besides that I haven't really tried to jump into anything else. Just trying to put all my focus on the Sumerian himself, Conan.
Cone motherfucking Ann. You can't see me. What about
you? You reading anything different?
I making sweet love to my mic. You know, you just looked over and I was just making out just like hard my pop socket or whatever this thing is, pop thing. Let's see. I've, unlike you, been reading the Conan stories as we put them out. They don't take long at all. They're pretty quick reads. So, I don't know. I read our book club book for the book club I'm skipping tonight, and that's about it. I haven't. Because I don't know, I have some nonfiction books I could probably start reading. That might be a good idea. Because I don't like to read, it's hard to know because Conan's short stories. But the problem is if I get really engrossed in another novel, I'll end up putting the Conan off because I want to read the other novel too much. Either that or I'll still focus too much on the Conan and then I won't really get into the other novel. So I don't know. What do you plan on reading after Conan? It's a better question. Novel-wise.
I've been putting some thought into that, but I don't know if I want to go and read the next, because the next Stephen King book that I need to read is that Sleeping Beauties that he did with his son Owen.
I heard that sucked.
Oh, I don't...
Well, I'm
gonna read it eventually anyway, so it doesn't matter. Or if I wanted to do the next Joe Hill book, which is Fireman. Or if I wanted to try and maybe
H.P. Lovecraft?
No, yeah, get back to some H.P. Lovecraft probably too. But I figured those ones I'll just I'll read a story or two, jump to something else, read a story,
May I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
As it's a fairly short book. And I think 200 pages. Why don't we read Cormac McCarthy on the Road?
No,
we were talking about that.
Yeah, we've been talking about that.
Because it's a depressing book and I don't want to read it alone. Tried to get Ash to read it. He started to, and he read a part of it. He's like, this is way too depressing, and he didn't like the writing style. But I never read Cormac McCarthy, and I was thinking Blood Meridian or something like that. But The Road is, I'm pretty sure it's fairly short.
It would have to hope with what it's talking about.
Yeah. So, and we should probably read that through the winter where we'll be most depressed. Then again, I got a Jack London collection I really wanted to get into also.
Where I was thinking I got that collection of Sherlock Holmes and Neil Gaiman, or the what's his name, the zombie guy.
Oh yeah, Ray Wink's book. Yeah, I forgot about that. That'd be a quick read too.
Because we both got the second book and I got the third book. But I wasn't sure if we were ever going to try to do another episode on the sequel, or if we were going to do anything with that. So I didn't want to read it too, if we were going to.
Well, we do need a book of the month. We haven't done that in a while, and then we're doing the Conan thing. But we do need an actual just book of the month episode. So maybe we'll. See, I like to keep. I prefer doing the indie books. I think that's the way to go with those. Because that actually, when we read those and critique them and review them and stuff, that actually helps those people, because they're looking for an audience versus if we did The Road, how many fucking people reviewed that? Nobody's gonna give a shit. It was depressing and lots of people died, and then this kid had to eat his own relatives. Oh, that's good. You know what we should do?
What's that?
Get in the porno industry. I heard the porno's industry's dying because of homemade porno.
Well, hasn't it been slowly dying since the internet?
Well, think about this. Who the fuck's buying porn DVDs?
That's what I'm saying. Ever since the internet,
I don't even know who's on Pornhub or something. Who's paying? Because you get the premium. What do you get with the premium that's really worth it? What can't you find in the millions upon millions of free videos?
And if there is something like most of like the porn stars, they have like that from what people tells me, from what people have told me, like the fan only sites and like that kind of stuff. From what people have told me,
from the things you heard when you were at the library, from the bad end of the corner.
Those things are available if you so choose to indulge yourself.
Yeah, I feel like if you're...
So I think like that's where the money's at for like those people, but like the studios or like the big companies, I don't know how they stay afloat.
Yeah, that's a bad industry at this point. Too much access, too much content. Like you could literally stop making porn right now. And we'd be good forever.
Ever.
You don't. What else can there be this done? Like what could it be done? I watched.
I just remember he was in the next room.
No, it was what was it? It was a new thing going around. It's not porn. It's I think it's like TikTok or something. Or
yeah, I've heard of TikTok.
There's a new trend of people. I don't know why I segued from the porn to this. It's a gross segue, I guess. That young kids now eating cereal out of each other's mouths with a spoon. Like they fill up somebody's mouth with milk, put cereal in it, and then eat out of it.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were going with. Because I also heard on a TikTok thing, there's a thing about like dipping your nuts in like some kind of like hot sauce or something. Like
that at least be entertaining, maybe. But the cereal thing, I thought was really gross.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, I really don't like a lot of cereals to begin with, so I'm definitely not gonna lick any cereal out of another person's mouth.
Yeah, I don't want to eat cereal out of anybody's orifices. That's fucking gross.
Well, you say that. What? But I'm sure I could think of a couple that would make you go, well, maybe.
Maybe if it's Cocoa Puffs. Ew. That one wasn't a puff. Are Cocoa Puffs so mushy and warm? Talk about eating cereal out of people's butts. For anybody who don't know, for our esteemed Australian listeners, we just lost on the I don't know what I'm talking about. That was gross. Sorry. We'll end on that.
And that's the end, folks. Da 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 da.
Can't see me. Wah, 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 wah.